Hi, I'm John, the lab tech for Biochemistry 210. The thing in front of you right now is a Spec-20, and it is the main spectrophotometer that you're going to be using in this unit. Yeah, they're old and they look a bit ratty, but they're really good bits of kit, and I'm here to show you how to use them. If you know what to look for before you get into the lab, things are going to be a lot easier for you and you're going to get better results from the start. Okay, so let's look at the machine. First things first, we have our analog readout and we have two sets of numbers on there. The ones that you'll only ever use in Biochem 210 is the bottom set of numbers. Now it's for absorbance and it also reads from right to left, so keep an eye out for that. The next thing to keep an eye out for is the wavelength knob and the wavelength dial, which sets your wavelength. Check that every time you take a sample. The two knobs down the front, they set your zeros for both sample in and sample out. I'll explain that more in a second. That thing there is the cuvette holder, which is where you put your samples in. This piece of tape here is really, really important, and that's going to tell you which set of wavelengths you've got, whether it's above 600 nanometers or below 600 nanometers. And that little thing there is a light that tells you if the incandescent bulb is on, and that's important if it doesn't work. So the other really important thing that you need for Spec-20s in Biochem 210 are cuvettes. In your cupboards or on your bench, you'll have a red rack just looking like this, and it'll have two tubes in it. Now, cuvettes for the Spec-20s are smaller than centrifuge tubes, and they're designed just to fit in there, and that's all they do. When you are filling up your cuvettes, you want to fill it between 2/3 and 3/4 full. You don't want to overfill it. The path of light that goes through comes about right there. So if you have a bit more than you need, it's all good. So, running a Spec-20. They'll always be turned on, but I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. First things first, you make sure it's turned on. Okay, when you turn that knob, what you can see is that this red light goes on and also this needle changes. You want to set the top 0 with the left-hand knob. Okay, with absolutely nothing in the blank. Okay, now, next thing you do is you grab your cuvette filled with your blank. Now your prac book will tell you what's in it. You will wipe it, make sure the cuvette is clean, so you will wipe it with a tissue, and then you will load it into your thing and you close the lid. Now what you see is that the needle has gone to the other side. So now what you want to do with the right hand knob, you want to set the right hand 0. Sometimes they take longer than others. It's a bit of a finicky machine. Okay, now what you can then do, take out your blank, put your sample in, and then measure it. As I said before. So, in a nutshell, red tape is above 600 nanometers and no tape is below 600 nanometers. Use the left-hand knob for left-hand 0 and the right-hand knob for the right-hand 0. Always read the bottom scale. Make sure you re-zero your machine every time you change the wavelength, and clean your cuvette before putting it into the machine. And lastly, if things aren't working like they should, come and find me. I'm here to help you guys and to make sure that you get the best results possible.